Oh, good morning, viewers. Good morning. And how are we all today? So I'm going to do a few things today. I guess I'm going to go to my son's. I'm still at home here at the moment. Um, I'm hoping to do some wood cutting, but before I do the wood cutting, I want to sharpen the blade on the saw bench. I kind of figured that it was getting dull, and it was cutting the softwood all right, but I'm now going to start into the hardwood, so I'd like to have it sharp. And I looked at it the other day, and yeah, it's it's pretty dull. So anyway, we'll show you some of that maybe if I get there. And what else am I going to show you? So yeah, yesterday it was supposed to rain all day, and it did rain in the morning a bit, but it was sunny all afternoon. Jumpers, I could have been over cutting wood, but dear. Anyway, so I stayed home, figuring that it might rain. So I did get a few things done here at home, so I'll show you that. Just hang on a minute now and I'll turn you around and show you a few things for today. All right, there's Dave's favorite tractor. And Dave's favorite tractor is going to be, well, we would have had it for 20 years this coming October. The tractor, I believe, is around the 1980s. The serial number has gone off it, so I can't really tell for sure. But they were built between 77 and 83, so I just call it an 80. Anyway, it's been needing the battery for the last 2 or more years. So it got an early birthday present yesterday. So a new battery in. There we go. So now I don't have to, well, every time I had to move it, I had to boost it or charge it or do something. And that was getting old. Anyway, new battery, and that'll fix her up for now. Get a couple of years out of that, and that'll be that, I suppose. So I need this today to sharpen the saw blade. And this is off the Kablewie mower deck. And my thought was to maybe change that pulley to give the engine a little easier chance of maybe being able to spin it and cut grass in the deep stuff. So I thought I would put one on that is a little bit bigger. So this is a 7-inch, this is a 6-inch. Trouble is this bore here is 1.5 inches. This bore is 1 5/8. So that's not good. And for some reason, they're all like that. Anywhere I went to have a look at those are a weld-on pulley. And they're all bigger than that one for some reason. 1 5/8 is kind of an odd size, you would think. You'd think they'd all be 1.5 inches. So no, not for me. There's always something different when I go to do something. Anyway, I'll continue on trying to find something or figure out something. I may not be able to. And the other trouble I'm having is on the deck, I can't go too big because there's a belt guide. So if I want to go too big, then the outside of the belt will be rubbing on the belt guide on both sides. So I don't know. Putting a bigger pulley on may not be a thing to be able to do anyway. So anyway, that's that. So I will take you along and show you the sharpening. And I've got a couple of old decks out in the woods. So I'm going to go have a look at those and see if there's anything on them that might work. So anyway, so because I stayed home yesterday because I thought it was supposed to rain all day, I did know I had to do this. Maybe 2 years ago in September, just before Hurricane Fiona, my son and I changed all those panels in the door. They were all bad and had been bad for 32 years since I owned the place. But that's not really that bad. But the bottom ones were starting to go pretty bad, and I thought, holy cats, a wind like that coming along, it could easily blow those pieces of panel in pretty easy. And if somebody wanted to break in, it would just be a matter of just putting their hand through it and in they come. So anyway, we put new panels in, and how we did that was, I don't know if you can see it here or not, but I took a metal, thin metal cutting disc for the grinder, and I cut in on this molding here, which was pieces of door, and we were able to get all the old ones out and put the new ones in. And then we put the moldings back in again and nailed them all in. So I sealed it outside and painted the door. But I noticed last year, and it's a little bit more this year, I was starting to see gaps. So what I think is happening there is the plywood is shrinking from getting seasoned, let's say. So I sealed up all the joints inside. We'll go outside and I'll show you what's what out there. I'm going to do the ones outside, hopefully, and then paint the door. And we're getting to that point in the point of the year where we won't be able to do too much outside painting soon. You can kind of see there where it moved down. That one moved, this one moved a little bit. And you can see here it's moved, a little crack there. Crack there, so down at the bottom. They all moved a bit, and I'd say from shrinkage. And a little bit maybe from the door going up and down. But anyway, I gotta put the goo around those and then repaint the door. But like I say, I gotta get that done soon if I'm gonna do it, because you won't be able to do too much painting pretty soon. Now I was gonna paint all the gray this year too, and I ain't getting to that either, so too many things to do. Rick at Twin Brook Acres and I know that there just seems to be too many things to do. And like I said the other day, you make more work for yourself. I didn't fix that up yet either. Look at that. Can't get me zoom to work. There we go. Hit that with the lawnmower. Just like I needed to have that broken. Didn't fix that yet. Anyway, we'll show you the weather here. It doesn't seem to be too bad. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut wood today or not. It's supposed to rain again today a bit. But... Alright, so we're at 21 degrees Celsius. And it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. South-southeast wind at 14 miles an hour. So not too bad. I don't really feel any wind outside. So. And it's supposed to get to 25 degrees. Thunder showers and rain and sun. It's a wonder there's not snow mixed in with that. But anyway. Tomorrow is basically the same thing. Thursday is basically the same thing. And then Friday is the day I'm supposed to be going to Dundas Plow Match and plow. And it now looks like there could be rain. So if it rains too much, I ain't a plowing. That's all there is to that. Saturday is still looking good. Sunday and Monday are looking good. Temperatures are pretty good, 25, 22, 21. Nice temperatures, not roaring hot, and not really cold. So anyway, there we are. That's the start of today's goings on. So I'm going to leave, and I'll go to my son's, and I'll pick you up later when I get there. All right, so here we are back again, and I'm at my son's place now. And there is the 50-inch wide mower deck off of Kablewie. And it's kind of hard to see in here as it's closed up, but there's Kablewie. And Kablewie has got discs on the back that may be going into a parade on Saturday. Anyway, so my thought was here was because of the 10 horsepower, the engine that I put in Kablewie is it's for light grass it'll run that deck, but for heavier or a little wet grass it's too hard on it. It can't keep up. So this pulley here is on there. Like that. So I got thinking that if I put a bigger pulley on, it would help drive the deck easier. So I got a pulley, and any of these pulleys that I've looked at, I don't know why, but the center hole is 1 5/8. And these are what they call a weld-on pulley. And the pulley on this one is 1.5 inches. Now that you would seem to think that would be normal. Why all these are 1 5/8, I don't know. That doesn't seem to make any sense. But anyway, so it's got to go over, fit over this piece here, and then it would be lined up. So this is too big. I'm pretty sure if I tried to get that on there, yeah, it's just too much play there. So how would you ever get it centered? It'd be wobbling like this if you didn't get it right. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And the other problem was this belt guide here. If I put too big a pulley here, then the belt would be rubbing on these edges more than normal. So I kind of think I'm out of luck on that one. But I'm going to go over into the woods here, and we're going to have a look over there. And there's 2 more decks like this one, and there's one 42-inch deck that isn't any good. If the 42-inch deck was good, that would be the better thing to do. Then the 10 horsepower would run that. That's the way they were made. Only the higher horsepower tractors had those bigger decks on them. From what I know, I'm no expert, but that's what I think anyway. So we're going to go for a walk here, and I'll see what we can see. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. I got to get out of here somehow. All right, so we're over at the other decks here now. So it kind of looks like this is the same thing. This deck here is for Dave's favorite tractor at home, the one with the cab. It's a 50-inch deck also. And it's kind of too bad that it's outside, because it was in pretty good shape at one time. The fellow that had it before me didn't use it too much because it was too big for his lawn. But the fellow before him used it a fair amount because he had a lawn where he could use it. Anyway, that looks like the same pulley that's on the other tractor, or the other deck. And then it is 1.5 inches in there, but now I see that there's a gap here. So this centerpiece isn't the same size as the hole in the pulley. That's kind of strange. That's about 1.25 inches, and the other one is about 1.5 inches. Yeah. So I wonder how they would have figured out where to set all those holes to make it centered, so it wouldn't be going like that. Anyway, this is some of the trouble because the belt comes out of here and goes through. You might get away with a 7-inch pulley, and it probably would be dragging on the sides of those. What that would do, really, I don't know. It would wear the belt out at some point, I guess. So let's have a look at this one in behind here if we can. Yeah, it's the same thing. Same thing. Lots of parts here anyway. Everything moves nicely. There's some Massey Ferguson decks. Jumbles the junk around here, holy cats. What? Well, how did I do that now? I got that screwed up. Fairly new blades on this one too. Yeah. You know, there's no holes in her. She's in good shape that way. It really shouldn't be outside, I guess. Oh, it does have grease nipples on it. I didn't know if they did or not. Alright, now something's gonna get screwed up here. Oh, there we go. Alright, so there's another deck to go and look at. We'll have a quick look at that. I'll get back to you in a minute. I gotta find it. Alright, we're coming into the mower graveyard here. There's an LGT 17. The hood. There's an MF12 over there. And here is an LGT 100. This is Frankelina. This one and the one I call Grunt, I bought both of them at the same time for parts. So I made one out of the two. So Frankie made it to run and poor Frankelina didn't. Anyway, here's the other deck here, so we'll have a look at that now. That's a 42-inch deck. That's what a 10 horsepower tractor would have had on it. And of course, any horsepower tractor could run that. So what do we got here now? Well, she's in bad shape in that spot. There's only a 5-inch pulley on that one. And the shaft down there is an inch and 3/8, 3 1/4, and the hole in the pulley is 1.5 inches. So this part's 1 3/8 or 1 1/4, and the hole in here is 1.5 inches. So that's smaller. Now, I had trouble sometimes trying to figure out what way to do that. So I put that smaller one on. Would that slow the deck down, or would it speed it up? Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. Now, I don't know. And, yeah, all seized up. I didn't expect that. I suppose that deck could be fixed. It seems to have the same hookup as the other tractor decks in the 50s. Holy cats, there's another one. I didn't know we had two of them. It's in bad shape too. And that part moves. That's got a 5-inch pulley on it too. Alright, something is up here with the 5-inch pulley, and the other ones have a 6-inch pulley. I'm going to have to do some thinking. I see. Yes, sir. So, all kinds of junk in this spot in here. And there's more. There's a tree that got pulled out of the ground by Hurricane Fiona. Still lots of those around. And they still grow. That's the funny thing about it. I have a spruce tree at home that's really not on my property, but it's kind of right beside my property there. Hurricane Fiona bent it over. Didn't pull it out of the ground, it bent it on the trunk. And now the top of the tree has gone back up straight again. So I don't know if these do that or not. Anyway, junk. Even a radiator hose, look at that. What do we got over here? More junk over here, so I guess we'll go this way and show you this junk here. There's a Rambler American parts car for the car that my son has, the 64. Six-cylinder automatic, this one. So here's another Ford tractor. That one is a an LT8 maybe. Then we have the LGT 100 hood. And this, oh yes, this is LT81. That's what this one here is. And that hood there is supposed to be on that tractor, I think. Anyway, the 10 horsepower motor that's in Kablewie is out of this tractor. So we got snow blowers here too. We got push mowers, and there's some MS7 parts. All the junk there. Snow blowers. Old guard works. Well, there, I think you've seen the stock of the mower graveyard. Holy cats and spiders, webs, jumps everywhere you move, there's a spider web. I went to the garage this morning at home, and my truck is probably 20 feet from the garage, and I ran into a spider web. So it was attached to my truck and to the garage. So that's how far the thing's traveling. There's me wood splitter. That should be coming out into operation within the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Hopefully. And hopefully everything still works. Every time I go by, I kind of move that lever. And I always grease that up there so no water can get in there. Now, there was a leak back here. I don't know what's on there. I think it must have been leaking out the quick disconnect, I guess. Anyway, it's a great old splitter, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to leave you at that. No cruise ships in today, so I'll get back to you in a little bit. We'll go and have a look at the saw there, and I'll show you what I need with Sharpen. All right, I'll try and show you what I'm going to sharpen here. This thing is kind of neat. It has in the chain, it's got a loop that you can hook over. It's mounted right into the chain, and you can take this loop and hook it over here and hold the saw bench in the open position, I guess you'd call it. So this year, a piece of wood get into my cap here. That's the first time that's happened, and of course ruined that. Anyway, it has a measuring device here. I did add to it. And it's a Beetha. Don't see any model or serial number on it anywhere. Anyway, I'm going to take my file and these tips here is what I'm going to sharpen. Now if I can show you. I can show you how dull they are. Yeah, maybe that one. Pull that out a bit. Let's go, yeah, look at that one. Pretty, no sharp point there at all. Anyway, I don't know how this saw, it's probably long route. And you can see on the side here, it kind of comes up. I'm sure that had to, at one time came out straight and end up. So people over time sharpening that kind of made it go up. So all I do, I think, is I just sharpen this top section here, take it back down so that the tip is sharp. I'm sure that part of the blade or the tooth should be probably out. Let's say probably out that much more. Anyway, I'll do a little sharpening here. I don't know if I can show you me doing that, but the camera holding thing. More sirens. The German Shepherd dog that lives in that house would be howling now because of he tries to sound the same as the sirens. Kind of funny to hear. Boing. Now, where are we here? Okay, so I'm going to see if I can show you what I do. That's about all I do. That's about all I can do, I guess. So I get the do the top part and undo a little of the bottom, I guess. Like I say, I'd say the blade is wore out, that's for sure. And then, of course, the more you sharpen it, the less set you have. So, I don't know what it would cost to take it off and take it into a place. I know there is a place here that sharpens tools, and I don't know if they do these things or not. But anyway, I'm just going to try and touch it up and get away with it. Alright, that's good for now. We'll chat again, maybe. Alright, we're going to try a little bit of song here. Sharpen teeth. We have this little chair here. Angle today. There it is. That's the very small engine. So there we go, just a few minutes of cutting, and that's how much you can get done. If a fellow was 20 years old, he could get that done in a day. I'm a long way from 20 years old, so and my back is starting to hurt. Just doing that sharpening of the saw, kind of that's bending over to do that saw, it's hurting my back, and so I won't be able to do as much as I can for the next few minutes. And I'm going to take a break now, and I'll probably do a little bit more, but that'll be off camera. So that's going to be it for today. And, have a good day wherever you're at, and whatever you're doing. And we'll get back to you again sometime. Goodbye now. Alright, boys and girls. I stayed at it for about another half hour after I had stopped there. So I got not a bad pile done. And I don't know if you can see the difference in the pile there or not. But say if you had a couple of days with young people, be using this machine, one cutting and one loading, or yeah, one getting the wood and one cutting the wood. Wouldn't take long to go through that. Anyway, my back told me to stop, so that's what I did. We'll go back tomorrow maybe and see if we can, depending on the weather. It's holy cats here a little while ago. You know, it's sunny out and stuff. They're saying chances of rain today. And thunder showers, I think, but down over that way there was a great big black cloud coming. Holy cats, I thought I was going to get downpoured on, but it seemed to have dissipated and went away wherever it went. So I'm going to add on to this video again. I'll warn you. I'm going to take these 2 or 3 pieces on here, 3 pieces. And I'm going to split them and then check the moisture just for the heck of it. So the hardwood has been sitting here for two years anyway, maybe 3. So depending on when it was cut, I don't know. So it's 2 to 3 years old anyway. And the softwood, this stuff, all that stuff is probably 5 to 6 years sitting there. So just for fun, we'll see what the moisture level is. All right. Anyway, I'll get back to you when I get home and get them things split up. All right, we're back home here now, and I got the 3 pieces of wood. We got this piece of hardwood here, piece of softwood, and another piece of hardwood there. I'll find my tester. Set to somewhere. Let's see what's over there. Number C. Anyway, we'll split this apart. Like I said, this stuff about 2 to 3 years old and been sitting at my son's place there. So we'll split that in half and we'll check in the middle and see what we got. I better make sure if you're still running or not. I don't know if I pressed the button, did I? Oh, I did. Look at that. Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorite tools. All right, what have we got here? Right in the middle wheel. Here we go. There you are, 25% still. 24.5, I guess. That's hard to believe. It wasn't that old, although it was in log form, I guess, but still. I don't know if you can see that or not. 24 and a half. So when that gets burnt, it's going to hiss and sizzle and go on and all that kind of stuff. See what it is at the end here maybe. Still the same. The end and the outside. The outside at the cut end here is 22.8. So that needs drying. I guess I shouldn't, or I don't need to do the other half. I'd say it'd be the same, wouldn't it? All right, let's try this over here. Now I don't know what this is going to be like. Could have rotten inside. That's not too bad. Might be a little bit on the outside edge here, but right in the middle looks pretty good, so we'll try that. Now this tester is kind of hard to figure out what the test, or what the tester asks. I'm just going to leave it the same position, I guess. So let's give this a go here. Right in the middle. There, that one's at 18%. Think you can see that? So that burned pretty good. What's it on the end? 17.3. 17.4. Well, that's pretty good. But that's after sitting there 5 to 6 years in log form. Now I've got another little piece of hardwood here. And put in our space taker uppers. And now, let's see what this fellow says. Right in the middle here. About the same as the other one. 23 and a half about. See if I can get you around into there. 23.1. So that stuff is going to hiss and sizzle when it's burnt. 22 on the end. Sooner I can get it split, the better. Anyway, that's going to be another 2 to 4 weeks yet before it's actually split. Anyway, there you go. Now, I've got a couple of pieces of wood here I've had in here since last year, I think. Inside the garage here. I was testing them just for fun. So the last let's see now, April 18th of this year, it was looks like it was 9.2%. Let's give that a go and see what we got. It must have been off, so 16%, 16.7. What is this wood anyway? Forget. It's burnable, that's for sure. It's gone up in percentage, but look at that. November 26th of last year, that would be 2023, it was at 14%. Humidity makes a difference, that's for sure. Let's check this piece here. This is a piece of softwood. If I can get it out of there without knocking you down. Okay. It's hard to tell. It was too hard to write on, so I can't tell what I wrote. Anyway, we'll check the middle here and see what it is. It's 17.3, so burnable, but I think it had been lower than that at some points. Looks like it was 17.4 at one point. So it hasn't dried a bunch either. Anyway, it's burnable, that's for sure. There we go, that's the end of the video. I'm not coming back. It's probably too long as it is. If you need a wood splitter, get one of them. Dandy, dandy machine. All right, goodbye now.